One executive at Warner Records once remarked, "David, you are your own Yoko Ono." This statement encapsulates the complex relationship David Byrne has had with his audience, his work with talking heads, and his ventures into stand-up comedy. Byrne is set to release a new album titled Who is the Sky this September, and he recently shared some insightful thoughts in an interview with Rolling Stone. In this candid conversation, he delves into his creative journey, his solo career, and, of course, his time with talking heads. At 73 years old, Byrne reflected on the early days following the disbandment of talking heads, particularly how he began to incorporate Latin influences into his music. This shift, however, did not sit well with his record label. It was well received in Latin America, which was a relief. But in the United States, he recalled, as one of the executives at Warner Records said, "David, you are your own Yoko Ono." While that may seem unfair to Yoko, I understood the sentiment. He was implying that I had intentionally distanced myself from my audience. Byrne also reminisced about his time spent with music legends John Cale and Lou Reed during the 1970s. Interestingly, it was Cale who introduced Talking Heads to Brian Eno, while Reed offered the group some valuable advice to slow down their songs. "He had some great ideas," Byrne acknowledged. "I remember our meeting vividly. He was consuming an astonishing amount of ice cream. I think he polished off 2-quart containers of Haagen-Dazs in one sitting. We were all taken aback." As the conversation shifted to talking heads, Byrne had to disappoint fans by confirming that a reunion is not in the cards. However, he did mention that during the promotion of the reissue of Stop Making Sense in 2023-24, he and the other members felt a renewed sense of comfort with one another. "We all took pride in that show and the film Jonathan Demme created. It was heartening to see that audiences still wanted to experience it. We decided to set aside our differences for this project. I said, all right, we won't revisit past issues, but we will support this endeavor." He continued, "While we felt more at ease with each other, I didn't feel the urge to tour again or create another album. My musical direction has evolved significantly. Plus, there have been quite a few reunion albums and tours lately. And while some were decent, not many truly captured the magic." Byrne expressed a poignant truth. It's nearly impossible to recreate the essence of where you were in your life during that time. For the audience, that music was formative at a specific moment. They might convince themselves they can relive it, but that's simply not possible. Interestingly, Byrne has dabbled in stand-up comedy. Yes, you read that right. He has given it a shot. "It kind of worked," he admitted. "It's one of the scariest experiences because you're mostly alone with just your words. I'm not sure if I'm ready to fully embrace that path. But you never know what the future holds." Will Simpson is a freelance music expert whose work has been featured in publications like Classic Rock, Classic Pop, Guitarist, and Total Guitar magazine. He is also the author of Freedom Through Football, Inside Britain's Most Intrepid Sports Club, with his second book, An American Cricket Odyssey, set to be released in 2025.